like it to be. Shots aren't always going to fall, but can you make it close enough at the end of the game because of your defense that a possession matters and one shot matters? And we know we have guys that are capable of making shots down the stretch.
Obviously, throughout this season and going back to last year, we've talked about the importance of the defensive identity. But did you just see anything different tonight that has been building in that area, I guess?
I think, again, the guys have embraced it. And, ups, downs, they know who they are. And that's why we gave ourselves a chance tonight. It was simply because of that. And, their commitment to it and their scrap and grit and mental toughness to, persevere when things just weren't going their way. And we made enough plays down the stretch.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN. JB, how important were the minutes how old were you guys tonight?
He was on both sides of the ball, extremely impactful. His ability to pick guys up full court, get deflections, move his feet, keep people in front of him, be disruptive. And then again, there were times where we were struggling offensively where he found a way to get a bucket. So he was huge for us tonight.
Was the go-ahead basket by Evan play that was drawn up in the huddle, or was that something that was kind of altered on the floor?
It was the initial part of it was the play. And then, obviously we attacked and the play broke down. But they did a great job of recognizing how to create space. And then Donovan did a great job of delivering the ball, and then Evan hit the clutch one.
Spencer Davies, basketball.com, going off of the Evan thing. For him to hit that shot in that moment, do you think that can help him kind of get going just as far as making those shots when they have?
Yeah, again, you check his track record. You know what I mean? He's hit big shots in fourth quarters for us. Since he got here, he's made big plays for us in the fourth quarter. He's got, the winning gene, and that's why he's impacted winning from day one. Again, tonight, obviously, is a tough one. First game back against a really good defensive team. That made it tough on us. But I thought, again, to have the courage to take that shot and the ability to knock it down was huge.
You fancy yourself someone who enjoys ugly games there in the past. Was this kind of along those lines, and do you enjoy being in those types of scraps?
You enjoy the competition of it. I wish every game we could win by 20 points. But, the competition of having to do all the little things over and over again, having to accept individual challenges, having to accept team challenges, and having to scrap and fight for it. That's the purity of competition. And, it's not always pretty, but, if you have that fortitude, you can find a way to get it done.
And Dave, I'll break on you, but JD, you guys only scored 33 points in the first half. What was the message to your guys to kind of just get it going, at least, especially offensively in the third quarter?
We just had to keep playing. And then we had to trust what was in front of us. I thought they did a great job. And you look at it, they had 5 guys in the paint the entire night. So we weren't going to be able to get the attacks that we would like and, get the play to our bigs and the pick and roll that we typically get. So we had to move the ball. We had to kick it, and then guys had to be confident enough to take shots and make shots. And then we needed to pick up the tempo some. I thought we did do a good job of getting stops, but then we started running more and finding easier opportunities before their defense was able to get set. So that was the adjustment. I thought we did a good job of it.
And was Jared taking a three-pointer by design, or is that just stuff the flow of the offense?
That was Jared Allen. He works on it, though. I'll give him that.
Mitch Spinell, 92 through the Fed. Coach, when a guy like Caris is able to really get it going, especially late in the game, how big is that for you guys, especially when you were trying to really get back into the contest?
Well, that's why we made the initial deal to get Caris here. The more important the games are, the longer your season is, you need guys who can play one-on-one basketball and create their own and get it going. And Caris has the ability to do that. And in ugly games like tonight was, you're going to need guys who can just beat their man. They do a lot of switching, trying to keep you in front of them. So you need somebody who can create on their own. And, Caris can do that at a high level.
So Monty was saying before the game, talking about Evan, that some of the comparisons and maybe the pressure that he gets outside is unfair because he's not in the same spots that like an AD was when he was that age, Giannis, that sort of thing. I assume you would probably agree with that. And I know you guys are in a win now mode. But with the talent you have offensively on this team, especially with like Donovan now, how hard is it to develop at that part of Evan's game?
A lot of development, and I'm sure this is what Monty was talking about, was opportunity, right? When you get drafted as high as those guys do, you're typically on a team that's in development mode, and your best players are the ones that are going to get the most amount of reps, the guys with the most potential. What we try to do, and we'll see how it pans out here, is it's not about as much individual development. It's about how much can you impact winning. And, we spend a ton of time working on skills and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong. But like when Evan's on the floor, how does he impact winning? And like, he's a winner by nature, but that's the thing that's most important. Our responsibility and his teammates' responsibility are to still give him the ball and put him in positions to be successful. He is an elite passer for his size. He's a playmaker. He does have one-on-one skills. So we have to, initiate some of that stuff. But what we're trying to build is never putting one person above the greater success of the team. So it is a balance that you have to work because, again, I've said this before. When we get to our best, I believe Evan can be our most impactful two-way player. So it's on us to help him get there.
Okay, all right, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Have a good night.
You too. Appreciate it.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. You're someone you're averaging 10 minutes a game. What's it mean for you to be able to come in and make that kind of impact in a spot where your teammates are?
It means a lot. I think, playing 10 minutes, 5-3, which have happened this season. I just try to do my best. I just try to do what is asked from me for this team. And it is bringing energy, make the defensive plays, irritate the ball. And offensively, when things are going well on defense, I think you get that confidence and it's easier, and I work a lot and I was ready for that. And, I was just waiting for the opportunity. And but it means a lot to come out and help the team to win a game like today.
How do you go about staying ready for that moment?
It's just I've been in this league for 8 years and I've been every position you can imagine. I've been starting and backup point guard, third, fourth point guard. And you got to find times where you need to work on your game. You need to work on your body. Make sure you stay ready physically. Make sure you stay ready mentally. And it's hard when you're not playing. To physically, you go to the court, you work, and it's easier. But mentally, to stay confident and to stay ready for when your name is called I think for me is the hardest. But I work a lot on that. I think even more than I work on the court. And but yeah, it's hard. But I think if I want to stay in this league, I need to be ready for those moments and find ways to stay ready. Don't matter what my position on the team is.
Second row right.
Alex Henry, WZIP. For a moment, Evan Mobley was questionable for this game, and it looked like you might have started. So obviously that didn't happen, but were you prepared to kind of go in and have maybe a bigger game, and that's why you did well, or was it just I'm going to play my role when I go in?
I don't really I always want to play well. I always want to impact the game, but I know on this team, it's not what they want from me. If I go in and just play defense, take my shots, it's not going to be every night that I'm going to have that many, I'll say, drives and open looks. But I was just ready to play. And this morning I didn't know if DG was gonna play or not. I don't really follow the medical stats or whatever. But I was just ready, you know, like I'm ready even when I'm kind of know that I'm not gonna play. But this game, things change so fast. You know, one guy goes down, foul trouble, and I just, like I said before, I just try to stay ready for whatever it is. If I need to start, I'll be ready to start. If I need to play 3 minutes, I'll be ready for that too.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. When you get the steal on the inbound and you get the quick layup, you're picking up Chris Paul, you know, full court and getting those stops. Can you feel yourself giving the team energy, and how does it feel when your teammates kind of reciprocate through that?
Yeah, I mean, I can feel during the game. I think if you see the bench, you can tell, you know. And like I said before, that's what they expect from me. That's what I try to do every game, you know. Obviously, being smart with foul trouble, but trying to pick up full court and trying to make those plays to bring us energy. It's something that I think I can do it every night. You know, just takes my effort but during the game, I can feel, to answer your question, I can feel that we needed that, and that's when we kind of like picked up and we were down 6-7, and we start scoring. And like I said, you make those plays defensively, the whole team feels it, and we get more confidence offensively. So yeah.
And then I'll lay down you. But to go off Spencer's question a little bit, even early in the first half, you were defending campaign at the length of the full court, and you're also, like you said, picking up Chris Paul full length of the court. It felt like you guys were a little sluggish tonight to start the game. Did you just feel like when you came in, you had given them a spark some way, because this is a team that predicates their game defensively? You just found it doing it that way?
Yeah, I think for me, because I don't play every game. Even most of the games I play, I don't play that many minutes. You know, I need to leave everything out there. And if it's picking up full court, you know, like I said, some days the ref is gonna call a foul or two, or I'll be in the game when they're in the bonus, and I can't really take that risk. But I mean, luckily today I got an early call on pressuring full court, and but that was the only one. So I was able to play my game defensively and bring that energy to the team. And like I said, I think that's what they expect from me. And if I don't do that, I feel like I'm not, you know, trying to earn my spot in the rotation or trying to help the team win games. That I think that's what I'm here for.
And how did it feel to have the crowd kind of egg you on a little bit to take some shots on the perimeter out there?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't take it as bad, you know. I feel like they trust that I can shoot the ball and make the shot. But that one on the right side when Kevin Love was in front of me, I kind of couldn't see the rim that well, and I didn't feel comfortable shooting the basket. We end up having an N1 with LeVert, so that's the other part of my game, trying to make the right play. Maybe I could make that shot, but if I miss, it's an early three. They get the rebound, they score on their way back, and you know, they have the momentum. So I chose not to shoot that one. And then there was another one, I think, that I was kind of upset that I didn't, but we end up scoring too. So but yeah, I don't, during the game I try to not, you know, take that and make a decision off what the crowd is screaming or not.
Last question, second row right.
Hi, Raul Logan, WZIP Akron. How does it feel to have your teammates support in a game like tonight when you get the opportunity to get in and score some points, and then when you get into like a timeout situation, come over to the bench? How does it feel to have their support?
I mean, it shows who we are. You know, I think they see everybody, how we work, how we stay ready, and when they are happy for your success and for your game, I think it means a lot. You know, it's easier when you have that kind of energy. It's easier to play off them. You know, like if you come in and you're in a team that you don't feel that support, sometimes it's harder to stay confident and play your game. So having their support means a lot. And like I say, I think they see, they all know what my role on the team is, and when I'm doing it, I feel like that's how I gain the respect from everybody. So that's what I try to do out there. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Raul.
Most recently, I thought Caris would talk a lot about Caris' defensive identity, but what stood out specifically about the defense tonight?
I think the way we did it, it's easy to play defense when you're scoring a lot of points and the offense is flowing. But I think tonight we showed a level of maturity, still playing defense when it wasn't going for us offensively. They scored 88 points, so that carried us to the win.
And when you talk about it as your guys' identity, what has stood out throughout the season about it, and just how it's going too?
I think just taking pride in being the best defense. Coach said it like a week ago. That should be what we take pride in every single game, no matter what happens on the other end of the floor. So I think we've really taken heed to that.
And Caris, it was not a great first half for you guys, but you could feel like a bit of the spark in the second half. That was a lot of his build on your defense. Is that just what you personally felt? Because you're making a lot of big defensive plays. Like, hey, we need some type of spark. I'm just going to make this happen on the defensive end and make that translate to offense.
Yeah, I felt like we didn't really have a lot of energy. And I always try to bring that, each and every night. And we know, games like that will be kind of nasty offensively. And we just lean on our defense. And, that's what we did tonight.
In games like this that are kind of rough, do you enjoy winning ugly like this, or would you rather have nights where you maybe win by 20 and just cruise to a victory?
I think we take pride in these type of games because we know in the playoffs it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be more of a half-court game. It's not going to be just up and down. And you're going to have to get, kind of gritty stops and, a 10-foot game winner catch and shoot. Like, you don't see stuff like that regularly. So I think wins like that are good for just us internally, knowing that we can win that way.
How that shot that Evan hit, I know he's obviously just coming back, but what can that do for his confidence just moving forward as he's coming back from?
Yeah, I don't think he lost any confidence. I feel like he was super aggressive all night tonight. It's always good to see one go in, especially as your last shot going into the next game. But I think he was super aggressive tonight. And when you miss a couple games, it takes a little bit of a while to get your rhythm back. But he was great defensively. His attitude was great. And obviously that was a huge, huge shot for him and for us.
Your play in the end of the third quarter into the fourth quarter as well was the offensive end was really important. And Jamie talked about your ability to, in one-on-one situations, being able to just attack. Where was your mindset tonight as things weren't working collectively offensively? But where was your head there?
Just trying to pick my spots, trust my shot. Phoenix did a good job of kind of locking the paint down, so we didn't get a lot of easy baskets. So I knew I'd have to rely on my three-point shot. And I got some space and was able to knock some down.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. When you see Howell get the inbound steal and the layup, and then he's picking up Chris Paul full court and all that stuff, as a teammate, when you see someone that doesn't play maybe as much as the rest of the guys come in and be ready like that, what does it do for the team?
Well, first of all, Howell is a true professional. People who don't play basketball don't know how hard that is to not play several games and not know if you're going to play and then have to go in and guard Chris Paul full court and play the way he did offensively too. That's extremely hard to do. Not a lot of people can do that. So, shout out to him. And we kind of expect that from him. Fair or not, that's kind of just how he plays. So we don't win that game without him.
Chris Manning from Dime. What was it? Just the five them packing the paint so much in the first half, or you mentioned you guys not having energy. Was that something also just coming off of Donovan's 71-point performance and having to follow that up?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of both. Obviously, Phoenix is super well coached, so they know we have a size advantage on them. So obviously they were packing the paint. Not a lot of easy post-ups or lanes to drive. They kind of made us knock down shots. And I think we missed our first 14 threes, something like that. So it was working for him. And we kind of opened the basket up a little bit in the third quarter, got out in transition, and kind of opened the game up a little bit.
Caris, looking back at this season, you've averaged like the high 20s to low 30s in terms of minutes a game, but more recently you've been in the higher 30s the past 4 or 5. How has been taking on more minutes in these games been for you?
It's fun for me. I love playing. I love being on the floor, especially in close games, big games like that. I feel like I've done it my whole career, and I'm I'm ready for those moments. So when the minutes are available, I try to make the most of them.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Travel.